Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EIK WM France Tech G4-5 game with We 3 Kings, Kristen 2, and Mewdes. What looks good here? Probably Hedgemaster is the best card. Hedgemaster. There is Animal Husbandry Worker, which is pretty solid. Wealthiest European is kind of cool. I've seen people do some pretty neat things with it. I think... Probably Hedgemaster. This card is quite good. Next up, well, there's Farmer. So Farmer is a pretty good reason to build fences multiple times. We also have Fiddler, and Fiddler's just getting better and better in my mind. If we can activate Fiddler on the rounds that we build fences, you know, we're not usually taking resources on those rounds. Hello, Rallocran. The other thing is Farmer is just like a pretty solid card. And it's a good reason to build fences like 3 times. So anything that helps us build fences now, that's what we're really looking for. Fiddler kind of gets undervalued too, so maybe Fiddler has a chance to come back. I'm not sure. I generally like Fiddler quite a bit, but I'm not sure if everyone agrees with me on that one. Alright. So, is everyone set? Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Hedgemaster is it's a nice card. You can look at Hedgemaster as usually in the worst case scenario, it's 2 food for 1 point, which is pretty much neutral. Like that's just the same as eating a sheep or eating a clay or whatever. And then if it's 1 food for a point, well, that's usually gaining you point, gaining you value. And then if you think of it as, you know, 1 food for 2 or 3 points, then Hedgemaster is quite solid. Whoa, deck collector here. Deck collector is great. Yeah, don't really see a reason to take anything else. This card is fantastic. Gives you access to Plow Sow in round 14. Or Reno Fence, you know, for my Hedgemaster plus Farmer. Depending on whatever is more valuable. I'd really like to see miners like Mini Pasture or what else? Yeah, cards that let me fence. The Nail Basket. Nail Basket would be pretty good. I've been playing some G6, so Carpenter's Bench in that one. Whenever you take wood, you can use the wood to fence. So Hammer. Yeah, Hammer would be fine. Montu pointed out that I was playing Viking Ship wrong in my last video. And I totally missed this. Viking. Pay 2 food from the space to the supply. So when I was using at 1 food, that was incorrect. It's not 2 food. Just generally, it's 2 food from the space. So I could only go on it every other round. So that was a mistake on my part. Um, well, I don't really want to feed the fencer, but sometimes it doesn't get played. I think a card like Pasteurization Expert is pretty excellent for this game. I have a pretty solid reason to get fencing done early, and then having access to nice pairs of animals. This is looking like a pretty good Wealthiest European game. None of my ox I want to play early, except for maybe Hedgemaster and Farmer. Like I could play Farmer and then Hedgemaster early if I have nothing else to do. But we know animal husbandry workers out there, so how much do we want to compete with that player? I'm thinking not all that much. So card like Wealthiest European looks pretty good here. We could also take Swineherd to trigger our Pasteurization Expert. But Wealthiest European seems pretty solid. Yeah, playing it in like round 7, for example, after growing my family, can be pretty good, especially if I use it to get a bunch of wood, which I then use to fence. That can be quite strong. Like, I don't have to play Farmer. If I don't have time to play Ox early, like I don't have to play Farmer, for example. Is this the first game Longbowman's actually going to be good with Pasteurization Expert? Nah, I'm going to want my wood. Field Worker? Nah. Wood Buyer, Butcher? Nah, they all stink. Maybe we, for some reason, want to play Longbowman. Well, I could ignore all my occupations and just play Wealthiest European and then Scapegrace. But Debt Collector is pretty good. It's probably better to play Debt Collector and Pasteurization Expert than to not. Card like Social Climber is quite good. Hill Cultivator is fine. The problem is the grain and vegetable spaces are not that good. You don't want to take them multiple times. I think Social Climber looks okay. Oh, wow, we got Alms Basket. Wow, and Boarding School. Good morning. Oh, it's good afternoon over here. Alms Basket or Boarding School, both of them would be awesome. And then we've also got Black Swan Lake and Goose Pond. There are a lot of good cards here. Alms Basket will probably come back around. So I think we can probably take Boarding School here. If we could use Boarding School to play Wealthiest European, I think we just win if that happens. If we're in a situation where that happens, we just straight up win. Okay. I think I'm gonna prioritize miners that don't have an occupation cost. So I think Witch's Dance Ground is pretty solid, but I think I won't take it here. I think like Bonfire is fine. It gives me a way to eat animals I could grab. Could give me a way to eat animals that I have on my farm. Not that impressed with Kindling. Supply Exchange is just meh. I think I could take Bonfire here. We do know there's the animal husbandry worker, so the ability to steal is less likely, but it'd be pretty cool if we could pull it off. This card is very interesting to me. If Alms Basket comes back, Alms Basket into Alms Basket into 2 occupations from boarding school into farm school. Ooh, that could be pretty good. I'd have to plow 2 fields manually unless the middle plow, the threshing machine plow, came back. I think we're taking it. I think we are taking it. So I think we're ignoring Dragonfly Pond. Is the timing good? Yeah, I don't know if the timing will be good or not. We'll see. It'll depend on if I boarding school with my first action. And you know what? I'd made boarding school with my first action even if I can't set up a double growth. If I can set up a double growth, great. But even if I can't, it might still be worth it to play boarding school. Because you skip out on having to feed, and it gives me time to set up all these different things. So yeah, not Dragonfly Pond. We know there's at least one plow out there with yoke. We've got straw, not shepherd's pipe. That card's pretty weak. Upholstery. Now, wealthiest European could get me a bunch of reed to play upholstery. I think I probably won't do that though. I think I'm probably going to stay on 3 rooms. If I can make boarding school work on 3 rooms and then social climb up, I think that could be a fine play. So I think we're looking at watering can or straw or yoke. Well, I like watering can. I think it's a good card. But it comes pretty late. I think we're taking one of these two. And I think I'm going to take yoke here. Yeah. I think straw is okay. But it comes into play super late. Oh, I forgot. Threshing machine, plow, and alms basket are in the same pile. Oh no. Well, alms basket looks fantastic here. Alms basket plus wealthiest European is a great combo because it just makes it super easy for me to take supply exchange here. It's not really close. I don't have a source of vegetables for costermongers. Shears is not bad, but I don't have any day labor combos. Cooking corner is good, but it's mostly good if you eat vegetables, so same issue with costermongers. Supply exchange is fine. And then this actually could be a good slaughterhouse game. We've also got stable here. I think we could take slaughterhouse and kind of speculate that with animal husbandry worker, there could be a lot of animals eaten in the game generally. Yeah, alms basket plus wealthiest European is just such a strong combo because if I can get 3 grain out of it, I can bake one of them with the resources I get from wealthiest European to make an oven. Especially, like, imagine boarding school plays wealthiest European social climber and I already have 3 grain in my supply. Well, I bake one of them at building an oven, and then I can immediately reno again the next round and build the well or whatever. Like, this could be quite ridiculously good. I pretty much want to play all my cards except for Longbowman. That's the only one I don't really care about. The problem with Longbowman is how often do you have enough wood that you can afford to spend an action that will let you spend wood to get animals. That's basically the problem. So we start in first. This is a great place to start for this game because I don't want to play an occupation, and the most common round 1 action that you get past is occupation. So, well, 3 wood sometimes goes late, but like if you're third and Reedstone food 3 wood gets taken, then it's like, what do you do when you have wealthiest European in hand? You just abandon it right there. Like we 3 kings just took 3 wood ahead of an occupation, for example. I think this is a game where if I can monopolize the reed, I can potentially put myself in a spot to double build with boarding school. Because we know Thatcher's out there, but aside from Thatcher, there's not really a lot of sources of reed, are there? I don't think I passed too many around. So if we can have control of most of the reads. Like if I read stone food twice in stage 1 and then get 2 read once, well then the odds are that there's more than one other player with 2 read is pretty low. So we can think about doing something like that. So Kristen plays Patron, Mewdes plays Fencing Master. I could think about 2 clay, but I think I really just want to build the first room. I think that's so the 2 wood is looking pretty good. So Patron here, and then Mewdes has Fencing Master. So I wonder if Animal Husbandry Worker made it all the way to Mewdes. Because Animal Husbandry Worker plus Fencing Master is a really nice combo. The only thing that would make him quite sad is if sheep come in round 4. Just hoping for sheep to come any earlier than that. Dragonfly Pond is extremely nice. This card is really good. Like, you think about how often you're faced, like, how often, especially in games that go badly for me, I often have to take day labor in stage 1 or 2 because there's just nothing I want on the board, and I haven't given myself an option to start player. Dragonfly Pond is day labor, but you also get a point and you get to increase the quality of your next actions. Just a very good card. How's the stream quality, guys? I upped it the other day. Is it like pretty much normal, or is it worse than it usually used to be, like longer than a week ago? So Kristen took 2 read. Good to know. If I have to start player, I could supply exchange, but I don't really want to put supply exchange in the game this early because it's just going to go around and flood the board with reed and stone, which with my wealthiest European and my boarding school are not what I want to be doing. And social climber, I want everyone to have as little reed and stone as especially stone as possible, so that I can build the best major improvements on major minor. And I can consider building a stone room with wealthiest European plus social climber, but that play is usually kind of dependent on having like a payoff for a stone house, which I don't really have. Me 3 Kings plays Thatcher, yeah, so I was right about that one. And then Kristen plays Veggie Importer. Alright, this card is pretty good, but I always find myself undervaluing its effect. Like, I always think like, oh, I could play something else early, you know. With Patron, it's a slam dunk. Like, you know, it gets you food. You're pretty happy taking it. So I think rather than start player, we're gonna take 2 wood here. 2 wood lets us play boarding school. Lets us maybe play bonfire. Maybe lets us start player supply exchange in round 4 if nobody else is building. Like, no one else has enough. Like, everyone else is 2 actions away minimum, right? We 3 Kings is a wood and a reed action away, which he can't get with this move. Kristen is 2 wood actions away. Mewdes is a wood and a reed action away. So we will see. Start player builder's trowel. Is he gonna try to reno early? There were reno cards in the game. There was clay plasterer, so could do it, and takes 4 clay here. So that's a pretty strong signal. We 3 Kings is gonna build clay rooms rather than wood rooms. Especially with Thatcher, the reno doesn't cost you a reed. Like, that's one of the big problems with the clay reno strategy, is that you need an extra reed, so you need 3 reed instead of 2, and the third can be kind of difficult to get, but not if you're not paying a reed for the renovation. This is kind of an awkward spot because the wood action is not great. Not really that happy with any of these moves. I think we can take 3 food fishing here. We could take 3 food both times and be okay with that. It's not a great round, but it's okay. Well, here's the animal husbandry worker. So it's we three kings going for that first animal grab. Mewdes has iron plow. So my yoke is not totally useless. I think we take 3 food again. Yeah, I'm just really not that interested in doing anything different. I don't really want to put supply exchange into the game. Not yet, at least. Not until I've gotten a better sense of how people are going to grow and when. So iron plow into reedstone food. So Mewdes needs 4 wood still. Kristen is ready to build, but nobody else is. I think we can take 2 reed here. If we take 2 reed, that should slow we three kings down quite a bit. So then I'm really only thinking about Kristen. So there's a chance that Kristen builds round 5, grows round 5, and then I could maybe maneuver myself into growing round 6 and round 7. And if I could pull that off, that would be quite good. Quite good. Yeah, Kristen goes for the build. Alright, well if 3 wood could come back, that would be great. I have a feeling it's not going to, though. Oh, Mewdes plows. Interesting. Activated his iron plow. Well, we three kings needs to feed. So I could start player here. And if I do start player, I could get 6 wood next round. Don't really like showing my boarding school this early. No, you know what? I'll just take 3 wood. We don't need to be too greedy. 3 wood is fine. Kristen would probably take 3 wood to block me from getting 6 wood, I would think. Unless she has an occupation that she really needs to play in stage 1. But yeah, we knew we three kings needed food. The one problem with this play is if Mewdes gets 4 wood with his first action round 5, that's kind of annoying. Because we kind of wanted to delay we three kings, or Mewdes getting to the point where he can build. But he's just going to really... Oh, he's just going to definitely take 4 wood with his first move. Kristen plays Fiddler. So that's where it ended up. So Fiddler with a card like Patron, you just, play all your occupations and get wood and food while you do so. Man, all right. Well, I think we're building here. If I build, Kristen grows. Mewdes would have to first action build in round 6. So if I could get action priority over them. So if say my second action here is start player bonfire, then my first action round 6 could be start player boarding school. My family growth action could be I don't know, supply exchange, and then my round 7 family growth first move would be alms basket. All right, I think we can do that. As long as we3 kings doesn't start player with this move. Kristen gonna family growth goose pawn. This card is good. So when are the occupations gonna come out? 1, 2, 3. They're gonna come out in round 9. So I'm gonna get 4 resources. Or sorry, 8 resources. 4 times 2. I don't know why. I guess that's the way I was thinking about it. Is 4 times 2. Let's go ahead and bonfire here. No. What am I saying? Yeah, bonfire. Yeah. Threaten we3 kings' sheep. Now this is taking a lot of effort to do this, to pull this off, but I'm going to come out of it with 4 family members going into round 8, 2 occupations coming out, a ton of food from grain. Yeah, I think this works. Unless someone has something like keys or whatever, or head of the family. Mewdes did go for a really early grain field, so it's possible that Mewdes has something like sleeping corner. But I mean, even Sleeping Corner won't come out in time. So here's my boarding school. Yeah, like I'm having to pass up on good resource actions here. I could be doing like 4 wood, 6 clay, but I think growing twice in a row is going to be pretty good. I've also kind of screwed over Mewdes here. Because we3 kings is going to be able to, like, Mewdes can't first action build here, because if he does, he gets kind of done in by we3 kings first action growing. Ooh, wow, this is a very early giant. Extremely early giant. She's probably eyeing that 4 wood action. Oh. Keep to boarding school. So if we can set up farm school for round 9, that would be awesome. I think it's probably unlikely, but I will have 4 actions. So I could plow twice and get a sow action in. The problem is I need to feed in that round, and feeding in that round is going to be potentially difficult if I don't get a good oven. Which Mewdes looks like he wants the clay oven. So I'd have to go for the stone oven, which doesn't convert grain quite as well. And certainly with having stone oven, you know, you don't usually want to bake 2 grain at once until you have at least 2 grain into a sown field. Because otherwise I'm going to bake all my grain before I have a chance to turn them into points. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Kristen's gianting the reed. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Just reminding, making sure everyone's aware. Making sure Mewdes is aware, really. I guess building here is important because if he doesn't build, then we 3 kings can first action build. So let's remove that one. And we first move family growth, and then we put a marker on round 9, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And then we family growth here, and we play alms basket for 3 grain. Yeah, we're looking really good. We're looking really, really, really good. I might be in a position where I want to play Wealthiest European in round 8. And then I can play Social Climber plus Farmer round 9, for example. Ooh. We 3 kings is playing Shearer here, first move. Interesting. Deciding not to compete for family. Oh, I guess he doesn't have food. That's why. Okay, he needs food. So this is getting him 2 food. And then he can probably build a major improvement with his other action. Mewdes is going to start player Golden Rose. Alright. This move, what am I doing? Taking 3 wood probably. Reedstone food is not too bad. There are 2 4-food actions here. Could plow a field to set up my farm school. Maybe I just farm school around 11 and it can play, you know, maybe farm school just plays 2 occupations. And it's not amazing if it only plays 2, but it's got a point on it, so it still does something. Mewdes doesn't have to first action grow, so I should probably take the 3 wood. And I feed 5. If we can pull off farm school, that would be pretty awesome. But it's probably not worth destroying the rest of our game to make it happen. Like, it's probably better we set up a good feeding engine. Oh, nice. Loom plus occupation loom. So 4 food right there. Pretty nice. Kristen builds another 2 rooms. Oh man. Kristen built rooms. So So I could totally have left 6 wood available, because Mewdes is going to have to first action family growth. Although, to be fair, well, no, Mewdes had already start playered. I should have gambled. Yeah, maybe should have gambled. I could have done something like Reedstone Food, for example. It is what it is, yes. But I mean, I gotta carve out every edge that I can get, right? Hoping to. We need wood. Wood is quite good for us. 5 food traveling players is also not bad. Wood is quite valuable. Yeah, we need wood to fence 15 for animal husbandry worker, so we need lots of wood. Lots and lots and lots of wood. So how many, if We Three Kings doesn't take sheep again, he's at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In which case, his 2 occupations will have given him somewhere in the range of 11 or 12 food and 3 bonus points. Not bad. Not bad, considering most cards usually do one or the other. Ooh, I don't know about this move. Start player Black Swan Lake. Because Kristen will probably stable block now, right? Will I Wealthiest European with Farm School or before then? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm actually thinking about that right now because I might decide that Wealthiest European is the best action in the game, or best action for me remaining in this round. Because the thing is, my 2 occupations that I play with boarding school are free no matter what. The first occupation that I play is free on the 1-ox space, but you know what? Mewdes just played Braidmaker. So yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm going to go for... Doesn't seem like I'm going to go for an occupation anymore. So we'll do Reedstone Food here. And then probably take 4 clay. So being behind Mewdes might be a bit of a problem because Mewdes looks like he wants to reno in round 9. Probably reno and build an oven. Or reno and build the... you know what? Braidmaker... He only has 1 reed, so he can't reno and build the Basket Maker's Workshop. I am interested that Kristen didn't stable block. So We Three Kings' gamble paid off very nicely, actually. So Kristen probably wants to trigger Fiddler here. So she's going to do something that doesn't have a building resource on it. Like plow a field, yep. So the one thing that could get me reno is if I leave good actions on the board that Mewdes decides to take instead. The problem is, there's not really too much I want. I don't want vegetables quite yet. I don't want sheep quite yet. I think we can just take the clay here. 2 ox. So Wealthiest European for 8, and then we'll play Social Climber. So here's my Wealthiest European. And here's my Social Climber. So we're going to pick up, I think, 3 stone. And then we're going to pick up no reed. We're going to pick up no clay. So I think 3 stone and 5 wood. No. 3 wood. 3 clay, 2 stone. Or no, 2 clay, 4 wood. No, 3 wood, 3 stone, 2 clay. That was at 6 wood, right? And then this clay is just in case. This clay is just in case Mewdes decides to build the stone oven instead of the clay oven. And here's my social climber. Social climber rewards me for renovating. And then here's cookies for Kristen, which rewards Kristen for her big house if she can get a bunch of grain. Looking a little unlikely right now. And then Mewdes plays a resource dealer. So we will definitely first action Reno here, because this spot is just so good for us in this round. And we will build the clay oven. And then we'll look to build the well next round. One, two, three, four, five. Bake 1, and then also get +2 stone social climber. Bake 1 plus SS climber. And I still have 3 more moves in this round. I do need to pick up food. Some kind of food. But yeah, we're looking quite strong. I could think about taking clay and instead of building the well, I could build the well this round. Pick up 4 clay and then build the well or build the cooking hearth. Although I think the odds of Major coming back are pretty low. Mewdes needs food. So I do think Mewdes is going to go for something, some kind of food action. So if Mewdes does that, then the well's not going to be available, because Kristen looks like she wants to build the well since she just gianted 6 stone. Oh, Mewdes is building the basket maker's workshop. Okay. Well, I think we're probably going to plow a field. Other than that, I'm not sure. Probably plow a field and pick up clay. We do have our slaughterhouse, and our slaughterhouse is actually... We're getting to the time of the game where the slaughterhouse is quite worth having in play. I do need food, though. Can't forget that. I do need to pick up food. Well, so bake. Passing Kristen the 6 wood feels bad, but nope. You guys should have another 2 points on Fencing Master. Kristen first move takes the 4 clay. So is it more important for me to build the well or to build a cooking hearth? Because I think I have to do that with my first move. Otherwise, it's going to go away. Yeah, the well's worth a lot here. So the well is free in terms of stone. Or sorry, the reno is free in terms of stone. Well, the well is free, so I just have to pay a wood, a reed, and 3 stone altogether. Yes, has it been a while since I've played the well? I feel like it's been a while. I feel like I've not been doing a lot of Reedstone food games. So I could Reedstone food and build a room. The problem is my boarding school makes that not a good option. So I should spend my stone on cards like Slaughterhouse and cards like the Stone Oven. Should do better things like that. We Three Kings plays Fencer. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. I might feed the Fencer a little bit. Just a little bit. Well played. So this is always the dream with Giant, to set up double family growth. Oh, that's always the dream with Giant, to get your double family growth in. So occupation's pretty hot right now. So unfortunately, pasteurization expert, farmer, hedge master having to wait. Debt collector we need to play in round 11. If we don't play it in round 11, it is useless. So we're going to go ahead and play our... ooh, we can play Fireplace and leave the clay for Slaughterhouse. It also leaves the clay for Stone Oven, potentially, depending on what comes back to us. All right. It would be nice to take 4 wood, but this is okay. This is still going quite well. We can plow another field. Plow another field and take 4 sheep. Or plow another field and set up our farm school in the next round. We have options. Yeah, if we plow and then sow, we could first action start player farm school next round. Farm school can play debt collector. That would be quite good. The problem is, if I don't get an animal action after all of that, I'm going to have a hard time feeding. So I think farm school has to wait. I don't think I can first action start player. I think I'll have to set up for a second action start player, maybe. Because, yeah, if I grain into sow bake, yeah, there's no way. Well, I mean, I can do it, but then I'm passing on 5 sheep, which seems dangerous. Having said that, no one else has a fireplace. Mewdes could have start playered fireplace with this move, but he did not. Okay, I think what I do is I start player Slaughterhouse, because Slaughterhouse is going to start paying off like next round. And then I can plow with my last action, or I can take the sheep. So here's Slaughterhouse. Yeah, all 3 of them don't have cooking implements, but I imagine they're coming. I imagine they're going to start getting eaten. Eat 3. All right. Could take boar, which is a ton of food, but I think what we do here is take 4 wood. Playing farm school. Okay, I could still play farm school after taking 4 wood. 4 wood into plow, into grain, into sow. You know what? I don't even need to take, or vegetable. I don't even need to take vegetable. I could just 4 wood, plow, sow, improvement, farm school. And then farm school plays debt collector. Yeah, that works. Some bat soup. You must be crazy. Must be crazy to eat bat soup. Yeah, my improvement points are quite nice. Alms basket is the only thing without a point on it. Bonfire's got an indirect point from the occupied space. Oh, we 3 kings start players supply exchange. Yeah, that's why I don't like putting that card into play. Because yeah, he's gonna use it to build a room. He used it to get the reed to build a room. So, in second action, build room. Third action, family growth. Although his feeding is a little not great in that case. Kind of wants to make more space. Kristen is going to play Cooking Hearth here. So this is where Kristen gets in a little bit of trouble. Just because I have spent so much of my time using the improvement actions, Kristen's forced to use all of her clay to build a cooking hearth. She really would have liked to have done that on Reno instead. But you know what? She has so many actions. Although, getting enough clay, she won't be able to get 6 clay until round 13. Not with 1 action, at least. So she probably has to have 4 clay, 3 clay next round, realistically. Plow a field for me. All 3 of them neglected to pick up their start of round stuff. Has there been a second plow played yet? It's still just iron plow, eh? And I can't play a yoke until I have a cattle. Me 3 kings goes for the fishing space. Yeah, recognizing that he needs food. So if he does build a room, it's a little worse because of the potential for round 12 to be family growth. And if it is, then what does we 3 kings do? Oh, Kristen just played major minor, so I can't farm school anymore. So I need to go on the regular old occupation space. Too bad. I was trying to avoid it all game. Kristen eats a bunch of cattle. So there was what, 3 cattle on the or 2 cattle on the space. So she used her giant to get herself an extra 8 food. Now, having said that, you know, she had to use an action, but I mean, using an action for an 8 food move is pretty good. Pretty good. Looks like Kristen is trying to set herself up to trigger Fiddler again. Go ahead and play Debt Collector here. Did I pay for the food? I think I probably did not. I did not. There you go. There's me paying for it. I don't really want to sow. I kind of want to sow bake next round when I'll have an extra grain. I can sow one of them and bake the other. Oh, plus F slaughter on Kristen eating cattle. I forgot about that. Totally forgot I had played that. Mewdes builds a fireplace as well, so Mewdes likely going to eat a boar. So 3 wood looks pretty solid. Playing an occupation also looks pretty solid. I think I'll just take the 3 wood. Yeah, there's not a whole lot else I want. There's my wood for all my fencing, assuming I don't play farm school or yoke. Feed 8. Ooh, Kristen plays Wolf. This card is excellent. Really excellent card. Good news for me, it's going to trigger my slaughterhouse. It's difficult for her to trigger all 3 of those at the same time. So it's 3 distinct eating boar instances. Is it still worth it for me to play farmer? One of the reasons I wanted to play farmer was to trigger my pasteurization expert. I can always just take 1 boar each time to trigger my pasteurization expert. So I think probably it's best just to play Hedgemaster. So Hedgemaster, and then I can maybe play... Yeah, I think Farm School probably just doesn't come out anymore, in all likelihood. Which is fine. Could take more wood and build the joinery as a way to use my extra stone. Yeah, Kristen needs wood. Doubles up her 3 wood action with giant. Yeah, I think she's in a bit of a hard spot just because of her renovating to a 6. You know what? She has giant though. She can giant the renovation space, so she doesn't have to start renovating until round 14. I'm in stone already. There's 2 other players in clay. Yeah, okay, there's only 4 reno actions left. She just needs someone to reno in round 13 or round 12, and she's good to go. Ooh, I'm happy to see this card. I'm very happy to see this card. Pole Barns. Because I'm all ready to fence 15. I will happily play it myself. Oh, I got skipped. There we go. All right. Yeah, I don't care about the build a room action. Oh, I'm not so sure about that one. So yeah, this is where the family growth, he had already kind of committed to building. This is where I think you got to change tacks and look at building the pottery. You got 2 stone and 5 clay in your supply. That's the way I would have gone. Plow a field. Looks good. We want to keep plowing as much as we can. Oh, pole barn's in my hand. Whoops. Got to take it. Also, shouldn't I have a food? Shouldn't I have a well food? Or did I just take it? I think someone took my well food. We can look. Someone took my well food. Looks like Kristen did. Because I had 11 food last round, right? And then I go into this round with 8. Or with 3, sorry, because I fed 8. Yeah, I should have one more food from my well. Looks like someone took it. I think probably Kristen did. I think you look at this, add 1 food resource on farm, remove 1 on the board. Yeah, pretty sure that's Kristen taking my food. Oh, Kristen fence 10 here. Interesting. I didn't expect her to do that. I thought I was going to be able to get fence 15 here and start taking animals. But that's not too bad. It was in the top left. So I think we probably take vegetable and then sow bake. Take vegetable and then sow bake. We could still play farm school. If we can get 4 wood with 1 action, that pays for pole barns and farm school. Whoops, not wood. Picking up the food from the well. This goes into my hand. So yeah, I think I take a vegetable here. I am all ready to sow bake. Oh, I have Hedgemaster. What am I talking about? I don't care about the fencing space. Oh, I have Hedgemaster. What am I thinking? Oh no. Oh no, wait. So this is why we 3 Kings still family growth there and built 4 stables. we're just waiting to figure out how we're going to do that. Okay, that works. All right, if you still want stables, that works then. Kristen. All right. So good. He decided he wanted stables either way, so just decides not to build a room. So should have +5 clay and one reed remaining as well because he spent a reed for his room. And Kristen can delete the person in between boar and stone. Yeah, she does. Perfect. Perfect. All right. We're back on track. Yes. So Kristen can't legally use So Bake. So I'm safe to grab Hedgemaster here and fence 15. Whoops. And I'm going to fence like this because animal husbandry worker is in the game. Whoops. Oh, I just moved my other person. Where was it? Oh, vegetable. I was on vegetable. That's right. Fence 15, and then I get a point for my Hedgemaster. So not only did Hedgemaster let me turn a food into a point, it gave me access to fencing in a round I would not have been able to otherwise. Because now I'm able to take 2 boar with my first move next round, for example. Bake 1. Reminder that I've played Debt Collector. I get the first action in round 14. I guess I could have maybe hoped that I get past Plowsow here, but Mewdes with 2 empty fields and 3 grain. I think there's just... It's pretty unlikely that Mewdes does not Plowsow, right? Although Family Growth is a very good action, and it's a good action for them in particular. Yeah, because Mewdes is still at 3 family members, right? Do I want 4 wood bad enough that I take it ahead of 2 cattle? Nah, 2 cattle is too many points not to take. Ooh. Ooh, we do get family growth or plow sow. Worst case scenario, we get plow sow back or plow. Family growth, 2 boar should go. We either are getting plow sow or start player. Oh, pole barns is only 2 wood. Oh man, I thought it was more wood than that. Also my yoke. Have we gotten a second plow yet? No, just the one. Still. No one played the threshing machine plow, which is too bad. That's an interesting plow. I like that one. Does cool stuff. I gotta pay attention for people eating animals here. I can probably rely on getting 1 food at least. So long as I get 1 food, I can play farm school without getting any other food. The occupation quality in this game has been extremely high. I think all the cards in play are above 2. Maybe the worst is it Giant? Giant might be or Braid Maker. Well, Braid Maker is above 2, I think. Fencer, maybe Fencer's like 1.6. Slaughterhouse. You know what? Slaughterhouse is better than Builder Trowel probably. Although Builder Trowel was used nice in this game. I liked the way we Three Kings used Builder's Trowel. Worked out well, I think. I like it with Thatcher. I think it works nicely. So I'm going to plow sow with my first move next round. The question is, what else am I doing? I want to get all the different types of animals. I already have sheep, so I think pasteurization expert is not worth playing because I already have sheep. Unless I want to play longbowman as well. That would be kind of crazy. I don't think I want to do that. Because this is, I sure am making a lot of cookies. That's funny. I like that. So, Mewdes start players. So that means I get the first and the third action in round 14. So first action plow sow, third action TBD, I think. Oh, we'll take the 2 boar here. The 2 boar is better than plowing. Can rebuy the Braid Maker still. Braid Makers are the Basket Maker's Workshop. Basket Maker's Workshop is actually free right now with Resource Dealer. So that's kind of handy. Ooh, Kristen needed that clay. Well, I guess she could take wood and then take 4 clay. Yeah, okay, never mind. She's good. Just as long as no one takes the 4 clay. And that would be pretty nasty if someone did. Because I guess the cooking hearth is still available, but only We Three Kings is the only person missing out on it. Do I win, like, without question if I take Kristen's 4 clay? If I don't take the clay, Kristen hits a double Reno. Yeah. Oh, does she have Wood Hut Builder? No, I think she's going to Giant Reno. Like, look at that 6 stone. Pretty sure she's going to Giant Reno. Because she can double Reno. I think... This is kind of nasty of me, but I think I have to take the clay here. Pretty sure this move wins me the game. Was Wood Hut Builder in the draft? I don't think so. Senseless is disappointed in chat. You know what? It's a different time of day. Depends on the time of day, I think. What people are doing. She might have Wood Hut Builder still. Yeah. We Three Kings plays Clay Plasterer. So Plow's available. Also playing Pole Barns is available. That's a mouthful. City Council live special session about an emergency ordinance. It's quite the mouthful. Fofo asks what the clay plaster rock is for. Stuff. Reeve? Maybe as Reeve? No, no. I've seen every card he's passed. Not able to pay attention. What am I even doing this for? Oh, you were right on time with the well. Absolutely. Not that it's a competition or anything. Kristen plays Master Builder. Boy, am I really glad I blocked her clay action. Man. Oh, you know what? She can giant clay next round. No. Yes, she can. She can giant clay next round. Go on 2 clay, get double it. But if she does that, then she can't giant Reno anymore. Food to Mewdes. Need to feed 8. Should breed my boar. Harvest. Feed 8 and well food to Mewdes. Oh, sorry. Did anyone eat animals? Doesn't look like it. I remove the marker, sure. Yeah, I've screwed up a couple times not passing to the correct person. No, stop, guys. Mewdes and I both get actions before your 2 actions. I mean, they probably still get the moves they're on, unless I decide to block Kristen's clay, which I think I will. Because I think it's just a game-winning move for me. I think I'm not really threatened by We Three Kings. I'm not really threatened by Mewdes. Yeah, unfortunately for Kristen, this is pretty nasty by me. Is We Three Kings at 5 family members? Did he get family growth in round 13? Occupation, take clay. This first new family growth. Yeah, it does have 5 family members. So we all get our 2 points from animal husbandry worker. Mewdes family growth, of course. Go ahead and play cattle for 2 points. Do need to pick up a little bit of food. I mean, I can eat 2 boar and 2 vegetables. And actually, probably I get some slaughterhouse food. Actually, see, there's pretty much no way I don't. Everyone needs to feed. Kristen could eat all her vegetables. Yeah, actually, for Kristen, baking... There's an extra thing over my name. Oh, Mewdes sewing. That's not good for Kristen. She would have liked that sew space. Can build the joinery. The joinery is probably 3 points. I think my last action is just taking food. I mean, pole barns is 3 points as well. They're both 3-point moves. Joinery only looks like 2 points right now, but it's going to let me eat a wood for 2 food, which I would not be able to do otherwise, which will save me eating like 2 grain or vegetable or whatever. So, quarantine hoarding. All players must immediately convert all building resources to food. This food may not be used for anything. Yeah, sounds about right. Actually, I had a friend who wanted to make like bad cards, like cards that were like, if occupations that like had detriments, like thematic detriments, like I don't know. Can't think of a good example right now. But like just it was pretty much just a way to take pot shots at people, like, oh, politician, like if you say you're taking clay when you take clay for the rest of the game, you don't actually get the clay. You have to say you're taking wood when you take clay, like just stupid like lying stuff or whatever, that kind of thing. Kristen does have wood hut builder. Good call. Good call. That softens the blow quite a bit. This is 2 points. Should I play pole barns or should I fish? If I play pole barns, I feed 2 boar, 2 vegetables. If I don't pole barns and take 3 food, I eat 2 boar. And no, I eat 1 boar. A wood. 1 boar, a wood, and a vegetable. No, 1 boar, a wood, and 4 food. So yeah, these are both 3-point moves, so fishing looks fine. You know what though? This is not 3 points if I get any slaughterhouse income. You must say Uno if you ever have only one building resource in your supply. These 3 kings, I was almost set it up for a 6-room stone house, but I was short on action. Yeah, Kristen's saying she should have taken the clay. Yeah. Yeah, she should have. That happens. People make those mistakes. So I get a food from Kristen. We 3 kings doesn't need to eat anything. Generates three food from both of his cards. Oh, maybe he has to eat one. Might have to eat one clay. Oh, I'll eat clay, not animals. So it's just Mewdes. Does Mewdes eat any animals? Mewdes is probably eating a reed and a grain. I just want to make sure he's not eating. Didn't announce how he ate, how he fed. One reed and 3 food. One reed and 3 food. Okay, so then I need to get to 8. So a boar. O 2V 2 feed 8. So my boar stay the same. I eat 2. Yeah. All right. So I have whatever I score plus 4. So 52 final. So yeah, quite a good game. I mean, my actions were all extremely good. The double family growth boarding school into wealthiest European was really good. And then blocking. Kristen was the only one who was reasonably able to get close with her 6-room house. Although I'm still 9 points ahead of her. So I still might have won even if I had not denied her the even if I had not denied her the Renault. Yeah, quite good. Alms basket plus wealthiest European is an amazing combo. Yeah, GG. Thanks, Senswall. And then boarding school into these two together, and then the fact that I got Renault the same round, like Mewdes could maybe have Renault. What did Mewdes do? Did Mewdes play an occupation resource dealer maybe? Kristen says probably would have won if I had taken the 6 clay and then giant Renault fence. Yeah, I mean you have to take away 6 points. But she would not have played Wood Hop Builder, of course, so she could have done something else. So Kristen gains, if she gets to stone, she gains 6 points in an action. So she ended at 43, so she'd be at 49 with an extra action. So then if she bakes, maybe she hits some good number. She'd be close. She'd be at like 51. It would be close. We might have tied. And of course I started in first in round 1, which was really good for me. Yeah. Alright guys, that's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I will stream... What am I going to stream next? Probably tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see how tired I am. I've not been as busy just with all the coronavirus stuff. So... We'll figure that out. But yeah, I've generally had more time, but just it's been in the evenings, so bit of a different time. Site's not as active. Like during the day, I can pretty reliably get a game around noon my time, but in the evening, I was waiting around a little bit for a game. So that matters too, like how active the site is. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow.